Yeah, good morning. Bang, bang, roll. Just going to the gym. I'm mad at this gym game, mate. I swear, I swear. You know what I mean? My age, I'm going to keel over in a minute. Anyway, yeah, just was talking about the way you can be treated, yeah? And I see a lot of people's videos. I see a lot of people being down a SEG unit, the units, and, cry about how they've been treated. Let me tell you about how I've been treated. Early 70s, 76, 77. Was it? No, it must have been before that as it happens. 75, 76, yeah. A little bit of trouble. They smashed me to pieces, they bashed me up, yeah. They jabbed me up in my body. I don't remember nothing. All I can remember is seeing them kicking me. You remember, but you don't remember, you know what I mean? And then I got in the back of a bus. I can remember laying in the back of the bus and winding up in Parkhurst. It was definitely Parkhurst. And they had me strapped up, maybe from the floor, about 3 or 4 inches, but in a straitjacket. I had water all over my body. I was in a bad way. I was awake, I was aware of what they was doing, but not too aware of where I was. I knew I was in some sort of a block or something like that, yeah. And they took me off the wall, and took me into a room and to see a deputy governor, an AG or whatever he was, yeah, telling me that owing to what I did to a prison officer, they're going to put me on something they call a 1074. It means a punishment that the prison put on you. And it's not an outside adjudication, it's an inside adjudication. They then put something in me. I'm knocked out, I wind up. I know that I'm going across the water. I can feel the motion of the van. I'm in the van, but I'm in the van by myself. The back doors are locked, it's all dark in there. And there's no one else in there. There might be in the front, but not in the back. I then get to the other side. It can only be Winchester. It can only be Winchester prison. It can't be no one else. There's no prison that close to as you get off the boat. If you get off the ferry, yeah. I can remember backing up, reversing up. I can remember because by now. The drug that they've given me is wearing off slightly, yeah. I can remember them. All I've got on is a pair of pants and a vest or a t-shirt. They're dragging me down the stairs, but by my arms, 4, 5, 6-handed. I'm hitting every stair as I'm going down the steps to wherever it is. It must be the block. It's got to be the block. My feet are smashing up against the chair, against the stairs, yeah? Sorry, but it's first in the morning, I'm like... Anyway, I can remember going along the landing and seeing these mattresses with handles on, yeah? They're white mattresses, and by the side of them there's big truncheons. They're white truncheons, aren't they, And they chucked me pulled me in a cell, let's lay me on the floor, and all I've got on is a straight jacket. They come in with a straight jacket and put it on, tie me up. So now I'm laying there in a straight jacket. I can't do nothing. I'm just a bad way, yeah. They then come in to take it off me, but take it off me for a reason that I find out. They take it off me, right? They take it off me to smash me to pieces, mate. They batter me. They come in with this mattress thing, and they just come in and lay it on me and just batter me. They just smash me to pieces with these big truncheons, and they jab me up in the neck, and I don't remember nothing really. I can remember them bashing me up, and I'm in a bad way, yeah. The straitjacket's off. I'm on the floor. There's no mattress in there. All there is nothing in there. Cardboard table, cardboard chair, and that's about it. There's no mattress in there. There's nowhere to lay. There's not even a piss pot in there. There's nothing in there. No water, nothing. So I'm laying on the floor. They come in and give me a plate, but a plate with about inch lip all the way around it. And they put a lot of food on it. And they come in with a little plastic spoon, tiny little plastic spoon. And they give me that, and they come in with a cup of water, plastic beaker, cup of water, the little beakers. You wouldn't eat that food. You couldn't eat that food. It's impossible. Even maybe a dog wouldn't even eat it. I don't know. Pigs. I couldn't eat it, mate. It made me feel sick. I tried my hardest to eat something, yeah, but I couldn't. So I drank the water. As I drank the water, it's knocked me out. I'm Sparko. I'm gone. I've got nowhere I've got no mattresses or nothing. They come in with this little thin, like a mattress, plastic. Anyway, they come in and put it down for me to lay on. You got nowhere to wee. You got nowhere to do anything. So if you want to wee, you wee on the floor, and that's you, yeah. And anyway, you're there, you're trying to get to sleep, the light's left on, they're coming on, smashing the door, you just can't sleep in a bad way, and you're still tranquilised up because the drink they give you has got something in it that knocks your Sparko. In the daytime, morning time, whatever time it was, you know, they had little slits. You could, like little slits in the cell, like you could look out into the yard, but very tiny little slits about 2 inches high, like slits that set light in, yeah. So you wake up, it could, I don't know, it could be any time. They come in, team-handed, and they say, listen, one thing you must never do, yeah. In prison, what I've learnt, yeah, over the years, don't get to bash up a prison officer, any shape or form, you're in trouble. Once you do that, mate, you're in trouble. And it follows you everywhere. So anyway, they come in, they put a jab in me, and they're bashing me up again. It's one of the things that just happened. Do you know what? All through this 1074 thing, whatever I was on, I never ever cried. The only time I cried was the Chelsea prison when it was all over. But they come and get you. They come and take you again. They strap you up in a straitjacket. They drag you along the landing. And this thing they put you on is you can be in a prison for no longer than 28 days and no less than 1 day. So you can leave in that prison, in that cell for 28 days. That's the most. Or you can be in there for 2 days. You don't even know, listen, you don't even know time. Time, I tell you what it is in prison, yeah. And the drugs they give you, whatever they give you, it mucks your head up. Because when you've done Big Bird, and the people that done Big Bird out there, they know that time, you can more or less tell the time. If you bang up, you know when time. This is one of them things that click in your head. You get to know all the times, yeah. Then you have to have a watch. You know, yeah. It just happens. You can look at the thing. Oh, it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or whatever. It is that time. It's not, because you've been banged anyway. So I'm in the cell. They put a straitjacket on me. They're dragging me out of the cell, up the stairs. I've got nothing on my feet, you know. I'm already bashed up. I'm drugged up. I'm bashed up. To give you all these drugs, it's got to be against the law, what they've done to me, yeah. They dragged me up the stairs, put me in the back of the van, and they drive off. Where I went to, I don't know where I went. They just drove me along when I got to wherever I got to. Sometimes the blocks were downstairs, sometimes the blocks were just straight in front of you. The worst ones are the ones that go downstairs because you've got nothing on your feet and they're just dragging you down the stairs. They're smashing your toes, your ankles, everything to pieces. So, but the next one I go to, same thing, downstairs. Smash, down there. You go in the cell throw you in a cell. You got a straight jacket on, take your jacket off, boss, go out. You land on the floor, they come in looking at you, and they want to give you a couple of boots here and there, a little kick here and there, and start bash you up. You can't even defend yourself because you're so jugged up. You can't even, the worst thing you could do would try to defend yourself. That'd be the worst thing you could do, was try to defend yourself. Because if you try to defend yourself, you'll wind up dead. Even though you nearly wind up dead. And don't forget, I was 19, nearly 19 and a half stone when it's all started. You look at yourself and you don't notice that you're losing weight, but you notice that you've got no much strength in your body. It's sort of like, because they keep giving you this jab, whatever it is, Largactual chips, I don't know what they're giving you. But they're giving you this jab and you don't know what it is. It just knocks you out. They come in with this stupid food, pudding. It's just the same as the food in a silly plate. And in the end of the day, yeah, if you don't eat and if you don't drink water, what they give you, which is all drugged up anyway, you're going to die. So you've got to eat something. So you're going round the outside and it's like, look at it, it's like someone's weeding it. You know, it's all watery and the smell is absolutely diabolical. It's as if when you was at prison, this all happened, they got everything in a big dustbin and just all the shit was in a dustbin and that's been brought everywhere you go, that goes with you and that's your food. You can't believe it, you know, and you have to eat something and you want to be sick. And not only do you want to be sick, yeah, but you know that if you don't drink something, you're going to die. And when you be sick, you're sick on the floor and there's nowhere else to be sick. There's no pot in there or nothing like that as such, yeah. So you're sick on the floor, you wee on the floor, you poo on the floor. They ain't bothered, they just leave you in there, mate. You're just surviving. You're just surviving. When I hear some of these people who have been in blocks, even like Bronson, you know, has he been through this? I don't know. If he has, I feel so sorry for him, you know. It's something that I don't put this on anybody. I've got a prison officer that comes on my podcast, you know, and I don't think he realises what I went through as such. I don't think he understands what I went through. He might, maybe, I don't know. But they're coming in bashing you up, and it's only because you bashed the prison officer up. You smashed the prison officer to pieces. You're going to get it, mate. No matter what prison you go to, no matter what block you go to, you're there, they're going to really, really oblige you. You know what I mean? And you're moving around. You're going. I went to a prison once, yeah, in the block, and they opened the door, and I thought, I tried to curl up, and I know I'm going to get bashed up. I tried to curl up, yeah. And they looked at me and I said, no, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. He's had enough, you know. Leave it. And it was like, I thought, oh, wow. It's like, they could just leave me alone. And they went there, but that night, it must have been a change of screws. I'm not quite sure what time it was. They come in and they battered me, yeah. They smashed me to pieces again. Give me food. Don't forget, I'm weeing on the floor, I'm pooing on the floor. And in the end, they just pulled me out and they cleaned the cell up and then they put me back in and that's it, that's how it is. So it goes on for ever and ever. I remember going to a place, it can't be it must be something like Dartmoor. It's got to be something like that, yeah? Because when I went into the block was like damp, wet. You know, damp and wet. You know, it was like you could smell the mildew, and it's just freezing cold. And don't forget, it's freezing cold, mate. You're lucky to be alive. I'm lucky because of the size I was. Yeah, I'm losing weight all the time. I'm not really eating. I've got to eat something, but I'm being sick as I'm eating. Yeah, drinking as I'm drinking. I'm knocking myself out. And that's it, and they're coming in, doing the exact same thing every prison. And to be in a prison, no longer than 1 day, no less than 28 days or whatever it is, yeah, it seems like that you're in there forever, but you could be in there for 1 day, you could be in there for 2 days. But you know that as soon as they give you that, whatever they give you, you're sparko. You could be asleep for days and not really know, not really remember. But all I can remember is that I looked at my hands and I looked at my arms and I was like blue, grey, red, all sorts of colours, whether or not it was me losing so much weight or whether it's for me for the fact that I was being bashed up. It's strange really that they never really hit me around my genital parts of me. It was all around my legs, my back, and my arms, not my head. It was all them sort of places, yeah. And they just come in and bat you, and they go out, straight jacket, bump on a fucking thing, gone again. It's happened all the time. And then one day, you look at yourself and you think, wow, man, I'm going to die. I'm going to die because you're just a man that's 19 and a half stone, massive, and you're just looking at yourself and you're a mess, you know what I mean? You can't, when you're under anaesthetic or drugs or whatever it is, you don't really, you might be hallucinating, you don't know what's going on, you don't really know what days it is, month it is, you don't know nothing, yeah? All you know is that it's painful and you don't cry, all the kicks and bashes, boots you get and bashed up you get, you don't cry because in you're going, no mate, I'm not giving in, you ain't going to cry for nobody, I ain't crying, you know what I mean? You just lay there and take it, what they give you, come in and give you your jabs in your neck, in your back, your arms, your legs, everything, yeah? Wherever they want to put it, they put it. And you're knocked out, and you wake up, and they come in, give you a little clump, bash up here and there, and the more time that you do, the less they bash you up. The less they bash you up. They know you've been on on this 1074. They know you've been on a roundabout, you've been moving around, and they know that you must have been absolutely smashed to pieces for days, weeks, months. You don't know. Time's just gone. You don't know where you are. And one day, I'm in the van. I go to this prison, which I know to be Chelmsford Prison. I go there. I'm not awake. I'm not aware. And I wake up about, I don't know, it could be 2 hours, could be 3 hours, in this cell that's got a bed, that's got cupboards, that's got tables, that's got a toilet, piss pot. Where am I? I can't believe it. What's going on, you know what I mean? And I looked at myself, mate, and I was... When the doctor come in, made me sad because when the door opened up in Chelmsford Block, C-Wing had an SO by the name of Jack Sads. Jack said, come into my cell, open the door. I cowered in the corner. I couldn't believe where I am, what's going on. And he said, it's over. Do you know what? I still get a feeling now it's like something when someone says it's over, no more, yeah? It's finished. I cried. Man, I cried like a baby, man. The tears come out of me. I've been holding these tears for ages. Just cried. And when the doctor come in, the doctor couldn't believe how much of a mess I was in. How much of a mess, because most times, if you go down the block, yeah, it might have even happened to me, and I can't even remember. But when you go down the block, day, 2 days, 3 days, you get the governor and the doctor maybe come and look at you and say you're okay or whatever it is. I can't remember it. I can't remember nothing like that, yeah? If it happened, it happened. I don't remember. When the doctor come in, he just couldn't believe it, mate. He was like, he just couldn't believe it. It's like, why nothing was done? Why didn't I carry on with whatever it was? I just let it go, leave it alone. From 19 stone, I suppose I weighed about 9 stone, 8 stone, I don't know what I weighed, but I was black. My body was black where I lost so much weight, where I don't know, where I was in a bad way, man. The doctor come in and give me sort of injections. I got blankets, I got sheets, I got pillows, I got everything. I could do a toilet. It was like, I don't know, it was just like paradise for me, yeah. And the door opened up, and it was a guy called my mate Toby Ludlow. He come in with a dinner for me, steak and bits and pieces, mashed potatoes and things like that. And he put it on the table it was a plastic knife and fork, but anyway. But he gave me it, and I couldn't eat it. I ate it little bits, but I was spewing up. As soon as I ate it, I was spewing up. But anyway, Togi was in a bad. Togi was in a bad way himself. He was crying himself when he looked at me the way the state of me. Yeah. But anyway, that's a little story about units, blocks in prison. And in my times, the 70s, believe it wasn't nice. And one day I'll tell you about Ashford, in my prison, when I was a kid. In 1966, mate. Ashford, with my prison, it might have even been 65. I'll let you tell you about them stories in Ashford, my prison. You wouldn't believe it, mate. This is 70s, but you're on about the 60s, where they didn't give a monkeys about you at all. When they would smash you to pieces just for walking down the landing. And they would get you to do things like bunny hops all over the gaff, everywhere. Bunny hops are now stopped. They're supposed to be bad for your system, bad for your legs, your joints. In there, mate, you had a guy in there, Hooper's Troopers, I forget his name, Hooper Cooper, something like that. He was a PTI, and anyway, I'll tell you a story one day about that. You wouldn't believe it, but this is so bad what happened to me that it's in my book, but it's a lot better than my book and what it is me speaking now, because on the book is a lot more time to think and to talk about it. Remember certain things that I ain't said to you now. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe, and have a nice day. Yeah, bye-bye.